We need to talk about the merry-go-round that is Liverpool's search for a new manager following the announcement that Jurgen Klopp will be departing the club this summer. The club's attentions instantly went to Xabi Alonso, the man who's on course to win a historic treble with Bayer Leverkusen. He's also unbeaten in all competitions. He's a former Liverpool midfielder, but he has rejected the move. He's deciding to stay at Bayer Leverkusen for another year at least because he sees a long-term project. He's got young players he wants to develop. That's absolutely fine and understandable. The attention then went to Roberto De Zerbi, the current Brighton manager. Very attack-minded, however, very defensively poor. He's also refuted the claims. He is choosing to remain at Brighton or move to Bayern Munich this summer, which seems to be a decent move for him, possibly a bit of a mixed up move for them, but we can get into that in a different video. So who does the club go to now? Who is the target that the club aiming for? There's been a million names touted, but there seems to be one front runner, a man who has just recently rejected Barcelona, Ruben Amorim, the current Sporting Lisbon manager, who has been in and around conversation for a good number of months. Would he be a good fit for the club? We're going to look into that today. So starting off with his track record, he has managed 4 teams during his time in management. Casa Pia in the Portuguese League 3, Braga B, Braga and Sporting Lisbon. Going to Casa Pia, his first club, he gained promotion at the first time of asking in his first season, coming second and being promoted from the Portuguese League 3 to League 2. He then moved to Braga B. He wasn't there too long because the manager at the time, Ricardo Serpinta, was sacked by Braga main team. So he stepped up into that role and went on to achieve great things. He won his first game in charge. He won 7-0, guided the club to their first away win against Benfica in 65 years and won the League Cup in the final against Porto. This was good enough for him to make the move to Sporting Lisbon, where he instilled a philosophy and a play style which has endeared to the fans. He won them their first league title in 19 years and in the process only suffered 1 defeat all season, which is absolutely fantastic. They've competed regularly in Europe during this time, won a League Cup during his time there, as well as the Portuguese Super Cup, and has won Manager of the Month 7 times, which is superb. Now, we have to move on to the next thing, which is quite simply his age. He's 39 years old, which in managerial terms is young. It's incredibly young for managers. Some people are still playing at that point. Andrea Pirlo, for example, was, and he went on to become a manager. Ruben Amorim has time on his side, and that's something that the FSG ownership tend to look at with a lot of scrutiny. We appointed Brendan Rodgers at the age of 39 from Swansea. We then appointed Jurgen Klopp at the age of 47 from Dortmund. Long-term managerial investments who are going to be at the club for a long time to instill their philosophy and build a club, not just quick fire, we need success right now, which is a positive of the FSG ownership. And not a lot of clubs are looking for that short-term solution anymore. You look at Arsenal when they appointed Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola going to City. Yes, there was probably quick fire, we need success now, but he was young-ish at the time and can develop into a manager. All clubs are looking for the next project. Jurgen Klopp was one of the original project managers in the Premier League, I'd say. And now we're looking for the next one. At 39, Ruben Amorim is in a prime position to do this. Now we have to talk about the man himself. And one of the main reasons I wasn't sold on De Zerbi joining is his personality clashes. He'd often clash with reporters, other managers and players. And this is something that can happen if you're not getting the results to back it up. We have seen Jurgen Klopp doing it recently, and it's something which Liverpool fans don't completely agree with. So therefore, appointing De Zerbi, who's a very fiery manager, could have repercussions. In the words of his peers, Ruben Amorim has been described as exuding a positive outlook and a laid-back, conciliatory demeanour. And on top of that, he has consistently emphasised that he refrains from engaging in discussions about referees with the media. If you're an owner hearing this, this is your dream. No fines, fantastic. No concern that he's going to blow up in the media. Jurgen Klopp at points can do it, and we've seen it more and more recently because it's his last season. He's going for a treble. That does happen. We've seen it with Pep. We've seen it with Mikel Arteta. We saw it with Fergie, Wenger, Mourinho exclusively. It's something that all managers do. So to hear that a manager like this does not engage in these conversations, it may be different when he comes, if he comes. But at the moment, he's got a good track record for it. And of course, we need to discuss arguably the most important part, the tactics. Part of any manager's CV which attracts clubs to them. Amorim's been touted with using a 3-4-3 formation, using two main midfielders as defensive-minded players to cover the defence in times of need and to emphasise the attack of the fullbacks, which players like Conor Bradley and especially Trent Alexander-Arnold would benefit from massively. In a stark contrast to Jurgen Klopp's style, however, Amorim's teams will stay behind the line of the box when defending so they can keep a compact shape and prevent any shots from the edge of the box and limit opposing clubs' attacking opportunities. This, in comparison to Jurgen Klopp's high line, which can often see clubs getting behind the defence, is a big difference and a big shift in philosophy for the club. However, one thing that all the players will benefit from and feel no hardship towards is that Amorim utilises an intense pressing style to win the ball back as soon as possible. And this is something the entire team is experts in after working under Jurgen Klopp's Gegen press for the past few years. They also use interchanging movements, similar to the way Liverpool do now, with Salah, Diaz often switching sides at points to try and confuse the defence so they can find gaps to exploit, with only the number 9 sticking to his main position and pressing from the front, something which Nunez will benefit from himself massively because he's going to find a lot of space in behind due to the confusion and have a lot of shots on target, hopefully. He also likes to implement a 3-4-3 diamond system with 3 mobile midfielders, i.e. Szoboszlai, McAllister and Curtis Jones, and 1 covering midfielder, i.e. Wataru Endo, all with the aim of feeding the attack-minded players running into space. With this current crop of players, this seems like an ideal system, and the most important factor overall is the fans. How will the fans react to the appointment? As spoken about by other fan channels like Redmen TV, Tom Little, James Lawrence Orcott, Amorim would be a terrific candidate for the job, with the only drawback being his release clause, which is currently set at around £12.8 million, which is an incredibly high fee for a manager. However, the overriding feeling amongst the fan base seems to be that the next manager had to be Alonso or Amorim. He was always in that conversation. And with the Spaniards set to stay in Germany, Amorim has quickly jumped to the forefront of a lot of fans' minds and seems to be the right man the club can appoint at the moment. Tactically, he fits the bill. In many ways, the 3-4-3 formation would be something new to us, I suppose, after years of the 4-3-3 under Jurgen Klopp, but the continuous implementation of the press, the variety for the fullbacks to get forward, the interchange of players with just a direct number 9 seems like it would fit everyone perfectly. And Amorim has worked under a constraint of budget, being in the Portuguese league at times, and he's managed to get the most out of his players. Liverpool have a crop of youngsters coming in, and at the moment, Amorim seems like he would be the best appointment that the club could make, given the circumstance that Alonso is staying at Bayer Leverkusen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be more than happy with Ruben Amorim, but let me know what you think. And if you are new around here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.